Hey guys, this is our video for surface area of a rectangular prism. Okay, there is a formula for this that you can use, and but I'm not really fussed about you knowing the formula for it, because if you just understand how surface area works, you don't need to memorize surface area for any shape, because surface area is calculated in much the same way, but it doesn't matter what the shape is. But if you have to rely on a formula, well, then there's a formula for every single shape, and that can be confusing. So instead, I'd rather just have you focus on understanding what surface area means, okay? So surface area would be if I have this rectangular prism up here, and I want to know how much, say, wrapping paper it would take to cover it. Or if it's a box that I'm making out of cardboard, how much cardboard would I need to make the box? Okay, so you need to remember that a rectangular prism has 6 faces. Let me go back to a different graphic here. Okay, it has a top and a bottom. It has a front and a back. It has a side and a side. So there's 6 faces to a rectangular prism. If I take a rectangular prism and I create what's called a net, which means I take the box apart and flatten it all out, you can see that it has those 6 faces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and they come in pairs. So for example, this is one of my sides. Back here, same side. Okay, they are exactly the same. So if I wanted to do surface area for this, I've got 2 sides, a front side and a right side and left side. Okay, the dimensions are 3 by 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. And then because there's 2 of them, I'm going to write 2 12s down. One thing that would be really helpful too is if you label some of the sides that are not labeled, okay? So for example, this side is a 4. Well, all the vertical sides all the way around are 4. Even this one in the back is a 4. Okay? So let's say the next part I was going to do was the front of my box and the back of my box. Okay, so that's 5 by 4. So front and back is 5 by 4. 5 times 4. 20. And because there's a front and a back, that's also 20. And lastly, the top and the bottom. So when we're talking about the top, we're talking about this part, and that's the bottom. And the dimensions of the top would be that 3 by 5. And again, I just went through the diagram and labeled all the sides that would be exactly the same. So 3 by 5 is 15, and I need 2 of them. So now I know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know the areas of all 6 faces of my prism. So I can just add all 6 of these numbers together and get 94 for my final answer. Okay. in the example underneath, I can't see necessarily all of the front and the back. So if I say that this is the front, I don't have all those hidden 3D lines to show me where the back is, but I think, you know, you can imagine that it's back here. Okay? And I think we've all seen a box, so that you know that boxes have a front and a back. Okay? So I'm going to go through and also label if this is 4, this is 4, that's 4. If this is 10, this is 10. All the horizontal lines are 10. The diagonal is 17, this diagonal is 17, that diagonal is 17. They're all labeled. Okay, so my front and my back is 4 by 10, which is 40. And there's two of them, a front and a back. My side two sides, right side, left side, is 4 by 17, which is 68. And there's a right side and a left side, so we have to write two of them. And we also have a top, which is 10 by 17. Top and a bottom, 10 by 17, 170, but there's two of them. So now we know the area of all the sides. Surface area is when we add all those areas together, and we get 556. Next I want to talk about cubes, because cubes are special. Think about like a dice, okay? On a dice or a cube, all the spaces are the same. So if I know that this front face is a square, so the front is 3 by 3, which is 9. Okay. The front and the back are the same, but so is the top, so are the sides, so is the bottom. In fact, all 6 faces on a cube are all the same. So I can take my 9, multiply it by 6, and get 54 for my total surface area of a cube. So it's a little bit less work because all 6 faces are the same. One more time, here's one with 8. So again, if I know that this whole face, that's 8 by 8, is 64, and then there's 6 of them, that multiplies out to be 384, because they're all the same. Okay? Thanks, and have a great day.